Hey guys, what's up? It's NightWolf and Erimus Prime from Nerdy Geek Talk, the source for all your nerdy geeky needs.
Hey guys, what's up?
So today we have the newest wave of Marvel Legends figure series.
Yeah, the Spider-Man wave.
It's the Edge of the Spider-Verse. It's the Build-A-Figure wave for Absorbing Man. So, let's get started. So first, we have Scarlet Spider.
We do not have Scarlet
Sorry,
Spider.
we have Ben Reilly as Spider-Man, which Ben Reilly was Scarlet Spider, but he is not Scarlet Spider, and we already got a Scarlet Spider.
And it sold
figure.
really well, which is why they're making this Ben Reilly Spider-Man. He's the most popular non-Peter Parker Spider-Man character that there is.
Because he's a clone. And there is also parts to make him Spider-Carnage.
Yeah, he comes with a couple sets of hands. He comes with technically 4 sets of hands total. He comes with 3
Fists?
Spider-Man hands. Yeah, fists, web-slinging hands, and like wall climbing. Yeah, like open wall climbing because of the way the fingers are. And those are all, I believe, not absolutely positive about this, but I'm pretty sure those are Scarlet Spider's hands, along with the things on the wrist. And then the body is a repaint of the Spider-Man that like came out with the pizza before.
Yep. They're just the regular Spider-Man. And then he also has another set of hands that's Carnage hands.
Yeah, which I can't tell if that's a new mold. Those might not be the Carnage hands because I don't think the Carnage hands came off.
Yeah, they could have just like molded them and put them.
I'm not sure. It may be a new mold. It might be.
There is also a Carnage head. I haven't seen any pictures with.
Yeah, Spider-Carnage. Yeah.
Or with Spider-Carnage, like his head actually on the Spider-Man figure. Like I haven't, but we see the Spider-Carnage head. I haven't seen any pictures. There are probably some somewhere.
I haven't seen any online either. I've been looking. But also, I just wanted to point this out. For this figure, the first release of this wave, Hasbro is putting out, they're having multiple of this one figure in it. I know that there's more than one per case that's getting shipped out to the stores. So, I don't know if it's 2 or if it's more, but I know it's at least more than 1. So, it's 2 or more.
So, now we have an out-of-box picture, and he's just standing with a fist hand. Like he is in the box, he has a fist hand and a web-slinging hand. Oh, and he also comes with 2 Absorbing Man arms.
Which this is one to the sets. You technically, if you want a complete Absorbing Man, you don't have to get this figure because there's 2 figures that have arms for him. Since there's 2 different sets of arms.
And they are left and right arms. They're not like, it's not like they're both left arms, but they are different arms, like other than just being left and right. One of them is a normal left arm and a clenched fist. The other one is absorbing, like, metal, and it's partially absorbed, and it's not an open hand, but it's, like, it's not a fist either. You'll see, because I'll have the picture up.
Yeah, I'm thinking about ordering a whole case of this wave, and I normally don't order a whole full case because, let me think for a minute. Because they typically come with duplicates. And I know this figure is the one in the wave that is a duplicate, and I don't mind because I kind of want to have 2, one to be Spider-Man and one to be Spider-Carnage. Like, I like Spider-Carnage that much that I want my own figure of him. So I may order a whole case just so I can get both of them. But in the second, just one little thing. In the second, like, it's called the revision case, which won't come out right away. It'll come out a little bit after, I think. There are no duplicates of Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Instead, they're packing in extra Venom, which no one can blame Hasbro for because everyone buys Venom.
And Venom does have 2 heads, but we'll get to that later. So the Spider-Carnage head, of course, like I said, we don't see it on the figure, but we see it. It looks cool. He has the yellow inside mouth. He looks like a regular Carnage head, just like where red would be. It's like
I think there's a little bit of striped on the red.
The teeth look a little like they have, like, yellow and then black painted on, but it doesn't look bad or anything.
Yeah, the paint looks just okay on the teeth from here. I mean, it's kind of hard to do when the teeth are that small,
so they basically have the jaw, and then they painted it, like, kind of yellow, part of it, and then they painted teeth onto the yellow, and so, it doesn't look like bad or terrible or anything. It's just not the best paint job on a head. So yeah, next we have Spider-Gwen in box, and I am so excited for this figure. Spider-Gwen is one of my favorite characters in the Spider-Verse. Um, she has a cool costume. She's a cool character. She's all around. She's awesome.
Yeah, and it's kind of surprising Hasbro's making a figure of this character because this character is only like a couple years old, like really young.
Yeah,
and that's typically like really young for Hasbro to make a figure of a character.
She has been really popular with audiences. She is getting her own comic series now, so she's pretty big. Yeah, it is a little unusual to have this young characters, but I mean they're popular, and I am surprised a little, but by no means am I disappointed. This is awesome, and she looks great. Her costume isn't super complicated, so they couldn't have really messed anything up, and it looks awesome.
One thing to note too is this looks like a Spider-Girl repaint. Well,
Yeah.
a repaint with a little bit of new mold, like the one that has the black costume. I know there's several different Spider-Girls, but the one with the black costume, I can't remember her name. It's something Spanish. But I believe that she may have new feet, but it looks like her whole body's the same, but I think her right hand is remolded because Spider-Girl did not have, I believe the Gwen has the web-slinging hand, but the original Spider-Girl mold just had an open hand, did not have the web-slinging, so I'm not positive on that part, but yeah, but there's definitely new heads, which she comes with several heads. She
comes with a regular like hooded head, like
with the mask on.
Costume, mask on. It comes with a regular Gwen head, and there's also a hood that's like down, so you can put
the hood down underneath the regular Gwen head, so
you take off the masked head, put on the hood, and then put on the head, and she comes with his
Absorbing Man's weapon.
Yeah, absorbing. It's like a ball and chain.
Literally, yeah.
And so now we have the out-of-box images. She looks really cool.
And I see that now. She does have the web-slinging hand. I thought I remembered that.
Yeah, she has a web-slinging hand and a fist. No alternate hands. I would have liked to see some alternate hands, but I'm not mad that they didn't make any. I mean, web-slinging.
She just looks good overall.
Web-slinging and fists are fine. It looks like some cool paint apps. Again, not a super complicated costume to do super complicated paint apps on. But from what we can see, it looks really nice. The blue tips of the toes.
Yeah, one thing to note, I think that the feet might not be remolded from Spider-Girl. I think they might be the same mold. That paint might have just been throwing me off.
Yeah.
I think those might be the same.
Inside the hood, they did do the web
design
pattern, which I'm really glad. If they didn't do that, I would have been a little mad because that's like.
I really like my favorite paint app on the whole thing is the pink like glow from around her eyes because her eyes are very white, like pearly white. But then right outside, it's like a really
outline,
faint.
And then
there's the red outline.
And then there's like it's almost like blush.
And it just looks really good. Like they pulled that off really good. It could have gone very poorly if they done it wrong, but
so the figure really overall, the torso has some like nice paint apps under the arms with like some of the web
also
pattern.
On the hips she has the white stripe.
And the Gwen Stacy head looks really nice as well. A little nicer than I thought it would be. The hair looks like really nicely molded. Blue eyes.
I just hope that the hair's flexible. I know that Marvel has made some figures where a girl's hair is like flexible and can move out of the way, like the original Spider-Girl version of this mold. But I know they've had some, like I think Valkyrie was one, where the hair is really stiff and can get in the way of head articulation. So I hope they use a softer plastic for the hair than they do on the rest of the head.
But I know it's just a prototype, I think. But
these are final. These
final.
These.
Okay, if this is final, that's awesome because the head looks really nice. Because I think you can tell that since they didn't put in any extra hands, all they did was an extra head and a hood. They put some extra work into the Gwen Stacy head, and it paid off. It looks really nice. So next we have Jack-O-Lantern, which might be my favorite in the wave. It's either Jack-o'-lantern or Gwen, Spider-Gwen, I'd say, because, man, does Jack-o'-lantern look
Yeah, we see
cool!
he comes with the leg of Absorbing Man with the nice purple and black striped pants. That's not. That's totally stereotypical villain pants. Just saying, what good guy wears purple with black stripes? But
So Jack-o'-lantern comes with, I don't remember what
a
it's called.
sickle.
Sickle, flaming pumpkin,
Yeah.
like throwing bomb thing, and
Flaming broomstick.
he has a name for it. I can't remember it. Let us know in the
He
comments if you
also
remember.
has some type
It's
of hoverboard in the
what he
comics
f-
or something, I believe, but
This is
it doesn't
he
include it.
uses his broom to fly sometimes too. So let's go to the out of the box image, not images. He's holding the broom up, and it looks cool. And
I wish he was holding the sickle, just
yeah,
personally, because I just know that I plan on displaying it with the pumpkin bomb and the sickle, and then maybe having like the broom off to the side or underneath him or something.
because I mean, he uses the broom for riding too, so it's not like he would. I mean, I don't know a lot about Jack-o'-lantern, but so he looks really cool. Lots of paint apps and gear.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's that many paint apps, but like the way his costume is set up and stuff,
There's
and how
lots
there's the
of
brown plastic everywhere.
brown,
That there's
yeah,
only a little bit
gear.
of silver, so I don't think there are that many paint apps. But just the way the costume's designed and looks, it doesn't look like it's lacking any.
The one place that it looks really detailed and nice is the head. There's flames coming out of a jack-o'-lantern head.
Yeah,
and
that mold is
it
awesome.
already looks amazing.
And the paint app.
On the pumpkin, like there's like shadowing on the pumpkin head.
And it looks really good.
Awesome. Like if I had to go with my favorite character from this wave, no doubt I'd go with Spider-Gwen.
I'd say Venom or Reilly Spider-Man.
The favorite figure, it might be Jack-o'-lantern. He's just so detailed and he looks so awesome.
And as far as I know, I think this is a completely new mold. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've seen this ever before. So if it is, it definitely has a lot of new parts.
I love it. In my opinion, this looks like one of the best Marvel Legends figures, period. It looks awesome. I don't see any major flaws, at least from the pictures. I'm definitely gonna try and get a hold of this figure because it looks awesome, super cool. So now we're gonna move on to Morbius. Morbius isn't a figure or a character I'm totally familiar with.
I just know that he's a vampire, and I know that a lot of collectors have been wanting him. That he hasn't had a figure in a long time, and
the last figures were like old, and so they weren't very good.
Yeah, and so that collectors have been waiting for an update of him, and that they were really happy. I personally don't have much attachment to this character. I think it looks good, and I think I'm gonna get it. Maybe I definitely want to have those Absorbing Man arms, just because those are the set of the arms I like better. But I mean, it looks like a good figure.
We'll talk about the arms a little bit that he comes with, and then we'll head to the out of package image. But he comes with the left and right arm again of Absorbing Man, and one arm is absorbing
like a rock,
either like rock or maybe metal. I think it's rock, and then the other arm
is definitely rock.
It's brown rock. It's gray and brown.
He just went to the left, and he got a gray rock, and then he went to the right, and he got a brown rock.
And so he also comes with one cape that's like already on him in package, which is like
the, flying position,
gliding, or like attacking, and then he has more relaxed one, which we'll look at in the out of package image, which you still don't see it on him, but
you can see it more clearly because in the packaging it's like upside down and partially covered by the bottom of the box.
It looks cool. This figure. There's not a lot of detail, because there's not a lot of detail you would put on this figure.
I do like they have the fingernails painted. That's a nice little touch.
Because, I mean, if there's not going to be that many paint apps, really at all.
Yeah, do good ones, like
Mhm.
really small details that you can put in. And I really like the paint on the face. Like his
His
eye has
eyes,
like the red and then the black outlines.
his teeth look
His
really nice
teeth and
too.
tongue are all
Definitely,
painted,
it
and then
definitely looks better than Carnage's mouth.
in
Spider-Carnage's.
his beard looks
Really
really good and
detailed.
nicely painted. Like nothing wrong
Overall,
with it.
it looks like a really nice figure.
Yeah, I plan on
Definitely
getting it.
not my number one in the
Wave.
wave, but it looks like a very well made figure. I just am not very familiar with the character, and so I'm not very eager to get this figure. But it looks really nice. No, nothing against the figure.
I'm still gonna get the figure just because I like how it looks, and I think it's a really good figure. So I want to buy it because I want Hasbro to make more characters that not many people know about.
Yeah.
I plan on looking into this character more so I can so I know him by the time I buy him. But am I a huge fan right now? No. But I think it looks like a really good figure, and I'm going to buy it probably because of that. And I just like the nice work that went into this because it looks really nice. Just don't have any personal.
And I'm really glad that
right
Hasbro's making a lot of characters that are like just from comics, and like it used to be like a lot of figures that came from movies and cartoons, and that was basically it. But now with Marvel Legends, they're making really nice figures of characters from the comics. Of course, they're also making figures to go along with the movies because that's a huge moneymaker. But they're also making some really nice characters from the comics, and there's no like adaptation from the comic to the movie to a figure. It's just straight from the comics to a figure. So it's like it jumped off the page right into your hands.
And it turned out really, really well, obviously. So.
It looks really cool. And his hair looks nice, too. Alright, now we're going on to Venom in package.
I'm excited for this figure.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a Marvel Legends Venom for a long time because I just want an update to the character that's articulated. The Select Venom. I think it's called. Yeah, it's called the Select.
Yeah, Marvel
series.
Select.
That Venom is considered by many to be the best Venom figure ever. And yes, the sculpt and size are amazing, but Select figures don't have good articulation. That's just like a fact for almost every single figure in that line. Which stinks because they look so good. And this one definitely has lots of articulation.
Yeah, Marvel Select are more just for like displaying, which I mean is fine. Of course, you want those really detailed figures, but you're gonna pay the price in terms of articulation. But with Marvel Legends, they're making it really playable, a lot of articulation,
and I really like the look of this one. Like I don't think that it looks bad. I don't think it looks as good as the Select, but it looks awesome.
He comes with absorbing man's heads.
Yeah, he has two different ones.
One of them is absorbing either metal or gray rock, and the other one just has like a weird face.
Yeah, dumb looking face.
He's like, Rrr.
I don't really like it. I'm definitely gonna use the one that has the absorbing, just because I like the facial expression.
His
the other one
eye looks really cool because the eye that's
yellow.
being absorbed by metal is like yellow, and there's a regular eye too because it's half absorbed. Venom comes with two sets of hands. One are on him and they're just regular open.
Hands and then
the others, and he comes with two heads. One is just regular kind of smile. The other one is tongue out.
Yeah, with the tongue with the green. Yeah,
so we'll move to the out of package image, and it looks pretty nice.
I'm really happy with how this figure turned out, and I think the head that's on him looks good. I personally like the teeth and stuff, but yeah, the alternate head is definitely the one that looks better and more Venom to everyone.
The first head that's on it, the only thing that bothers me is his teeth. To me, they look too kind of uniform. Like,
yeah, like too straight. They're not jagged.
They're just
and,
painted
like,
on, and like it's the total opposite on the other like head with the tongue out, which is green and red, which looks really nice. The teeth look awesome. They're sculpted. They're jagged. Not as jagged as they could be, but I don't care. They look really good. The figure overall, it's really nice. I feel like they could have added some more like tendrils or something to make him more venomous. Cause I mean, it's not a bad figure by any means, but he just doesn't look like super danger. Yeah, he doesn't look like we got the same thing with Anti-Venom. The only thing really distinguishing him was his head.
I think this is actually the same mold as the Anti-Venom, and I think it was also
this has been remolded a lot of times.
I think it was also used for what's the other symbiote? Toxin. This was the body mold for Toxin, who had the same hands as Anti-Venom.
They've been using this basic mold for a lot of figures too, not just like Anti-Venom.
Yeah, but I know they've used it for other symbiotes. I'm personally okay with the fact that they didn't give him the symbiote tendrils all over, because I see that as more of a Carnage thing. I see that as just in my mind, like my personal opinion. I always see Venom as the one that has the symbiote as the suit completely, and then Carnage is the one that has the symbiote like everywhere in my mind. So I'm okay with this because the Marvel Legends Carnage has the symbiote everywhere, and that's just a thing that distinguishes them from each other.
I still think they could have made it look a little more jagged, because it's not always just like super smooth.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But I do like it. Or
they could have put like. I know this is more of a Carnage thing, at least that I associate with him, but they could have put like a tendril attachment to plug into his back.
Yeah, like Agent Venom did have.
And Anti-Venom had one too that kind of like just spiked it up.
Spikes,
which I didn't really like. I didn't really care for it in Anti-Venom, just because I didn't think it really needed it. He had the cool hands, he had a cool head, and
he had like spikes
fine
on his forearms too, small ones, but
yeah, which this Venom does not appear to have. And I don't know if he could possibly have some molded on spikes in his back, but I doubt he does.
It doesn't look like it, no.
But they could. If they would have put an attachment on there, I would have been happier. Some sort of attachment. And his feet, I think, look too much like shoes, because they're just like so uniform. Like on the other parts of his body, yeah, they're kind of uniform, but you can see his muscles, and like it's not just straight over. I know the Anti-Venom was a remold of like an older figure that had like, and the Toxin figure that was a mold using that, they didn't take out the boot lines because it was a remold of somebody who you had shoes, which they fixed in Anti-Venom, but it's still just plain feet. It doesn't have like a ring around towards the bottom that makes it look like distinctly a shoe, which they messed it up with Toxin, but they could have made it, I don't know.
Which, yeah, I kind of like with Venom, because a lot of the time you do see him with, like, toes and, like, kind of sharp toes, but I don't mind him having it kind of look like shoes, since, like, obviously it doesn't have lines for shoes, so it's not clearly a boot, but I'm kind of okay with that, since the symbiote is supposed to be like his clothes, like it's it is like a suit for him, so like it being kind of like a shoe shape, I can see the justification for it. Do I like it? I'd probably like Venom toes, sort of like Superior Venom. They actually gave him like jagged toes and like gave him new feet, and I liked those a lot. And I probably would have liked those better, but in terms of the aesthetic of the whole figure, since it is such a smooth and rounded out body for Venom, I think that the feet do match it. So it might not make you happy, but it does match the overall aesthetic of the figure.
This is overall a good figure. This is definitely, in my opinion, not the full potential of what they could have done with a Venom figure.
But that head, okay, so pain apps, I'll go over pain apps first. Pain apps are great because there are barely any to do, so you didn't mess any up. There's the big logo on the chest,
and
the eyes, and then he has the the white patches on his fists, yeah, like his the upper part of his hands. I don't know. I've never noticed that dot before in the middle. It's easier to see in the in-package images, but they have a black dot in the center. And I don't know why that is. I don't think that was on the character all the time. It might be in some versions,
but I think they might have just maybe done that. I don't know if they did.
But it's on both sets of hands, so it's not like an accident or anything. They clearly did it on purpose on both sets of hands.
It's just like maybe.
I mean, it's not bad or anything. I'm just confused. I don't know what that's from. I didn't think the original
if there's some sort of peg, maybe, but I mean, I don't see there being a peg in the middle of the head.
Agent Venom had just plain white blocks on his forearm, on his not forearms, on his fist, like the upper part, and they didn't have that dot in the middle. So I thought that was the same with Venom, but I don't know.
All right, now let's.
And the paint app on his tongue is amazing. Just saying.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
The green, it just looks awesome.
So let's move on to the female Beetle.
It looks good.
It looks fine.
Comes with the leg.
I have nothing. Yeah, the other leg. It's the same as the other one. I have nothing against this figure, but I have nothing for it. I think they need to make a regular Beetle figure
I'm
too.
okay with them making this one first because I think it's a clear indication. I think we're gonna get another the real Beetle.
I think they need to make
eventually,
it soon, though. I think they should.
Yeah, I
make
hope they
the
do too. I totally agree. But
This is I don't know if it's using the whole wasp
it's using.
mold.
I
At
don't
least
think
the
it's using.
wings.
It's
I think
not
it's just the
using the
wings.
torso, like the waist and stuff. I think that's new. But yeah, those are definitely wasp's wings, and there might be her hands or something. And it might be using. It's probably using legs and arms from someone else.
There's really nothing special about it in package because there's nothing extra or anything. So we're gonna move on to the out of package images. Image. It's only one. A quick thing about the packaging. You can't really see the pictures very well in it. I think it's the same for all of them, which I mean is fine. I prefer it to be personalized to the character, but I mean,
I don't. It might have it on the side, but yeah, it doesn't look like it has the character on the side. I know some of them do that, some of them don't. But
so we get it out of package. The hands are a little weird.
I think they look okay because she's probably a flying character and having open hands when you're flying. That's okay.
The costume looks good. Like around like the top of her legs where her costume stops, there's like a outridge, like her costume does, and it looks nice. They actually like molded it in with plastic, which I think looks good. They're putting a little extra effort since the only attachment is like wings, which is fine. Which the wings are clear plastic and
pinkish. Clear
they have
plastic.
a little pinkish.
They have a pinkish
I've seen
tinge.
some.
Yeah, from San Diego Comic-Con, they had just plain clear wings, but that was also several months ago. These are final product images, so I'd trust these over that because a lot of times Hasbro has hand-painted prototypes.
They might have just like had them look more pink in the pictures because they could manipulate it more, and it might just be like a very light pink, but like barely anyone.
It doesn't look like it's as bright of pink as her costume. Like it's just a pink tint, but you can quite tell that it's. You can definitely tell that it's supposed to be pink. Like it's a strong pink tint, but it's still somewhat clear. Overall, I gotta say that I do like the figure. I think it looks really nice. I'm glad that we're getting this character because I think it'll go good with a actual Beetle character once it comes out. And I'm a big Beetle fan, like Blue Beetle. So I'm really excited to see this with her, and I think that if they would have made the Blue Beetle first, that we wouldn't have got another character that no one cares about in terms of being a Beetle that no one knows. So I'm okay with them making this first as long as they make Blue Beetle soon because I want that.
They need to make it soon, otherwise people will most likely kind of forget about the Lady Beetle and just be like, oh yeah, we're getting an actual Beetle figure, and they won't really care about the girl Beetle anymore. So they definitely need to make him soon, which I trust that they will because that's like a marketing standpoint, and
it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So next and finally, not totally finally, but we have Speed Demon. He comes with the torso of Absorbing Man. So it just has his belt on it, no shirt, very muscular, and start of his pants.
We also see that we see him with the fist, and we see that he has running hands, which I like. Cool. I like. You can also call them karate chop hands if you want, but they're definitely running hands because he's Speed Demon. And the little head on the remote controlled car, I believe his name is Silvermane. I looked at something earlier, and I think that's what he was called.
I don't know a lot about
I have no idea what it's about. I plan on looking into it before I buy this figure.
It's very odd.
I think it had I think I heard a video from someone, I can't remember who, but they explained that it was definitely a cool moment in the comics, that it was like a really, I don't even know if it was funny, but it was like a cool moment that they liked from the comics. So I think it's cool that they put in this little thing from the comics. It's definitely a nod to that, so that's awesome.
So we're gonna move on to the out of box image. On the little head, remote control head guy, I'm fine with it. I don't know how major it is in the comics. If it's not like a major thing, though, I would have rather seen some like fast like shadowing thing that you could attach to like the back to like show him running, effects, yeah. Which would I probably would have preferred, but that's just because I'm not very familiar with Speed Demon, and so I don't know how major this character is. If it's really major or well known, then I'm fine with it. But I mean, I haven't heard about it until now, and I still don't know a lot about it. And so, if it was just like a brief moment, then I think it's kind of dumb. But if it's
I
like,
think it's cool because it's a nod to the
yeah,
comics. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if I'm going to use it, but I do plan on looking into it so I at least know like what the heck it is.
yeah.
It does look like it does have head articulation though, like the head's on the ball joint, because I think his head's turned from where it was before.
I don't know if the wheels can move or not.
Yeah, I can't tell that from the picture either. It's not very clear.
I would hope they do, but I
But
mean,
focusing on Speed Demon,
yeah.
his paint apps are nice. He has a lot of different colors.
And they did really well from what you can see.
I like
on
his
here.
look, and I like that they gave him alternate hands. I like that he has the running hands, but he also has fists so he can
So,
fight.
yeah, so it's not just like always him running, because that's not all he does.
And I think he's using the Spider-Man mold. I'm
Yeah,
fairly certain that's
the
the Spider-Man mold.
Spider-Man mold and the Venom Toxin anti-Venom mold are the two main molds for Marvel Legends, basically, because they used
Although this Spider-Man mold is relatively new.
yeah. So
I think
but like
Superior Spider-Man was
lately
the first
these
one we
have
got of
been
it, but
yeah. So
definitely the hands are new. At least the speed hands, yeah.
mhm. Which they look good. They have some nice metallic gold paint to connect the dark navy blue and the red, which looks really cool. His head looks really nice. He has a white grin,
Yeah,
his
his
teeth,
teeth are
and he
nice and
has
white.
some nice red goggles and his
Yeah, I like
navy
the
blue
red
helmet.
visor. So.
I like the figure. Nothing super special, but I think he's really cool. Um,
I don't know
so
much about
yeah,
the character, but I do plan
yeah.
on getting this one too because I like the look of it, and I just
Mhm.
like fast characters, and I don't have a Flash figure. Not that this is gonna substitute for Flash because he's a bad guy, but I would just like to have a figure that's like you can display running like really fast. So that's cool.
Which he looks really cool. Not obviously not my top pick in the wave, but still a very cool figure and looks pretty nice. Lots of like paint differentiating. And so our final picture is of Absorbing Man, who looks pretty awesome. I know the Beatle figures aren't always like super amazing. I think this one looks really nice. They do have the partially absorbing head on,
Yeah, there's another picture that shows the other head and the other two arms, but we don't have that picture,
which
so
is I don't like the other head
I like the
personally.
other arms better, I think. I do like that metallic arm,
I
though,
think the
but I like...
metallic arm goes well with his weapon because the weapon is made of metal. It's not the same shade and shiny,
But
but
yeah,
it is
I
like
agree
he's
with NightWolf.
absorbing.
I definitely don't plan on using that other head, because I will probably get every figure in this wave, so I will definitely be getting Absorbing Man. I'm not a huge fan of his. I think I have seen him a couple times, but he's not a major character that I love, but I'll be happy to have the figure. It looks like a pretty good size.
Yeah.
But I like the absorbing arm better than his plain old arm, and I definitely don't like
Mhm.
that plain old head. The one with the absorbing looks
He
much
has
better.
a really dumb expression, and I get that he's supposed to be like a big, kind of dumb, big villain, but I still would have rather seen him with like I guess it's sort of mad, but it just looks like really stupid.
Confused.
Which I mean, I guess like
Works sorta, but one thing to
don't
note
like it.
is it looks like the chain on his weapon is completely molded, and I don't know if I like the way it's molded. Just
Yeah,
how
it's a little
it's kind
weird.
of odd, and I don't think I like that.
I
So,
I I mean,
I
I
like the
would rather
weapon,
have it
but
molded than it just be like a loose chain because that's harder to like one display besides
yeah.
him just like holding it and like have him like hold it.
The
But I
loose chain
mean,
would have been cool, but that would have been too many parts because you would have had to do all the links separately, and I know Hasbro does have to keep their parts counts down, so that would have made it way more parts. It would have been too hard to make, but it still would have increased the parts
hmm
count, and
they just could have
uh,
made a definitely a better
they could have made it in a
mold.
better shape. I think. I think it's just really weird the way it's
The
bent.
ball itself looks kind of cooler because I can't see a whole lot, but it looks like it has like some
It
like
has some texture to it,
marks
I think.
and like,
or that might just be. I know they have they have some plastic that like has sort of wavy looks to it, so it might be completely flat, and that's just they're using that plastic. But to me, it does look like there's texture to it.
either way, it looks
It looks good.
cool. My only complaints are two complaints. So one, the head that doesn't look very good, that looks dumb, and two, the way they molded the weapon, which isn't a huge deal, but they could have made it like kind of extended or something else. I don't know. And so that's all we have for today. So we're gonna go over our favorite figures real quick. It's a bit of a tie for me. It's either Spider-Gwen or Jack-o'-lantern, and by a very slim margin, I think I'm gonna have to go with Jack-o'-lantern, just because the figure looks so great, and all of his paint apps on his head, and the flaming head, and all of the stuff he comes with too, his flaming broom, his flaming pumpkin grenade thing, and what's it called?
Sickle.
Sickle, yeah, and his sickle, it looks so great. Am I happy about Spider-Gwen? Yes, I'm happy about every single figure in this wave. All of them look pretty great. I just have to go with this over Spider-Gwen just because he has a little more detail. Not that Spider-Gwen needed any more detail. It's just that this looks better because it had more detail that you could put on, and they definitely utilized that. And so there's lots of equipment and stuff on. He has his extra things too. So by a slim margin, I'm gonna have to go with Jack-o'-lantern, who looks awesome.
So I'm most excited that they're making Venom and Spider-Gwen because I've really wanted a Venom and the Spider-Gwen. I'm just surprised they're making them and happy for it because I love Spider-Man characters. But my favorite is going to be Ben Reilly Spider-Man and Spider-Carnage because one, it's two figures in one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get two because I want that Spider-Carnage. It looks cool. And I'm a big fan of Scarlet Spider and I love that figure. So having a Ben Reilly Spider-Man is really awesome for me because personally, Ben Reilly may be my favorite Spider-Man. He is definitely up there. I'm a big Ben Reilly fan in general. I like Scarlet Spider a lot, but technically this is him as Spider-Man, so he may be my favorite Spider-Man. I'm not going to say that for sure, but he is definitely up there, if not my favorite, and I really like the look of him. So I'm just very excited to be getting Ben Reilly because I'm a big fan of his.
If we're talking just Spider-Mans, my favorite Spider-Man is probably Superior Spider-Man. Not necessarily the figure. I don't even have the figure.
That's a really good mold.
The character, I just enjoy all the even the philosophy behind him, like the way he is Peter Parker and Spider-Man. It's a lot different from a philosophical standpoint.
Yes, Superior Spider-Man, how he was Doc Ock. That's a really cool comic
it's a
series,
really cool story. Even if you don't want to buy all of it, you can buy like a compacted trade, or you could get or you could just like read about it and like watch videos about it, and it looks like not it looks, but the story is really cool, and so make sure you check that out. Overall, this wave looks awesome. It might be my favorite wave so far.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is my favorite wave so far. Maybe beaten by the Civil War wave whenever we get that, because I have no idea what's going to be in it. But I just know that I'm liking a lot of what Civil War is looking like. So I'm pretty excited for figures, especially a Black Panther figure. I really want one.
And I bet they're going to do really good on that. He looks amazing in the trailer and all this stuff.
The character design for the movie, that's by far my favorite movie design superhero
Vibranium
ever.
Suit. But anyway, this whole wave looks really nice. I really like the Spider-Man figures. They have so many Spider-Verse figures they can do that they're really not going to run out for a while. Because they are going to do some more movie stuff in between, of course.
Also, one more thing to note. I don't know if I mentioned what was being packed in the cases for this wave, but this wave is supposed to ship this month, December 2015, it is supposed to ship. I don't know if it'll ship in time for Christmas, but I know that it is supposed to ship sometime this month, reportedly. I'm not sure what site. Maybe Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not sure about that, but I know that somewhere online it. That doesn't necessarily mean it will be released, but it is scheduled to release this month, December.
So, thanks for watching, guys. So
Links to all
can-
our sites will be in the description below.
You can
all
check
three
out
of them.
Nerdy Geek Talk. Link in the description, which is for all sorts of nerdy geeky random articles. Marvel Theory, which is my website
And
for
TF Talk,
MCU news and theories, and finally,
and TF Talk for Transformers news by me.
Yep, and possibly other people, maybe.
Yep,
Ooh,
soon. Probably.
foreshadowing. Ooh. So, and also a link to our Facebook page. Make sure to like and follow us there. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to comment your thoughts on what you want to see, and subscribe. Also contact us at our emails, contact information in the description. So make sure to subscribe. See you guys.
Take care.